plus the dollar is bearish. So it's just like the natural way to like aim for longs right now. You want to clean up your charts, always clean up the charts and start from the daily time frame, start from the weekly time frame. And the reason why we want to do this every single week is because you have to understand where it's at and what it's likely going to do, based off of where it's at, where it closed, where this week opened. So if we go ahead and like mark this out, this is a massive weekly bearish FVG. So the first, last week we tapped into this. No, it wasn't this one. It was the second one right here. It was a Reaper bullish FVG. We filled it up like all the way to the bottom, and then we started pulling back up from there. Let me just check the general chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Buys maybe created bottom wick on 4 hour and then closed inside 15-minute FVG to the upside. I'm with you on buys. I'm going to scale down right now, and we're going to see some confirmation. Always looking for gold longs unless it's Friday and we've been trending all week. Then I look for TGIF sells. That's good, Devin. Can't see chart. Chart won't load. All right, I'm going to end the screen, and I'm going to just reshare it for you guys. Boom. Alrighty, guys. It's a Monday, so let's not be too impatient. We're going to slowly get into it. Let me know if you guys can see my screen now. I'm a Clarity live account. Is there a mini gold that we can trade? It's called XAU USD. Same thing. Yes, we can see and hear. All right, awesome. Perfect. So you guys can see we filled it up last week. This is previous week's candle, and we filled it up right here straight to the bottom of this thing, like perfectly on the bottom, and started pulling up. That's how you know that it was respecting this gap. We turned into a bullish weekly range at the end and closed as a bullish candle. But this is overall a bearish week. What I've been aiming for is I want to see it fill up the whole gap, so like at least the top of it, and then we're going to see from there whether we're bearish or bullish. But right now I'm just going to keep looking for longs. We're going to scale down to the daily. On the daily time frame, we filled up this whole daily FVG, and then we also took out this no wick at the start yesterday. This entire weekly range pretty much came down, took out the previous week's no wick where it opened on Tuesday and just ran up without coming back. I was aiming for this, guys. I was expecting it to get hit. And now that it's hit, we pretty much have no more like inefficiencies down below. This right here is a protected low. So it's most likely not going to go below this low anymore because there's no reason for it to go any lower unless the whole trend will start shifting into a bearish trend, which for now, guys, it's not shifting. It's a bullish trend. So we should not be looking for any sells. And this right here is a protected low. So we should be looking for longs and pretty much just like take the range from the bottom to the top here, bottom to the top, and just look for longs every time it retraces into the equilibrium. Equilibrium would be midpoint, so you take the bottom to the top, boom. Every time it would retrace to the midpoint, you just look for longs. All right, we got a whole bunch of built up lows right there, but we know something more specific right now to us in Asia session, and that's going to be this 4 hour no wick, right? We came down, we created that wick, we just tapped into it again, and we're getting a nice rejection. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to scale down to the lower time frame, and I'm going to look for long confirmation. So we already got that 4 hour confirmation, which is the no wick. You can see that. Now we just need on the lower time frame, like literally like a 1 minute model. And if we can get some 1 minute model, 1 minute confirmation here, we're going to be going in for longs. Longs. So let's see. This is the 4 hour no wick, just so you guys can keep track of it. And then we're going to go over here to the 1 minute time frame. We're going to have a clean chart open, and we're going to try to take longs based off of whether we get some new gaps or IFVGs that we can use. So the current IFVG, the only one that I'm seeing right now is this bearish FVG. And so we want to see it run through one of these. We want to see it close above. And if not this one, then we want to see it push lower. We want to see it create a new one. But for now, I'm looking for this one right here. And if we flip this one right here, turn it into a bullish IFVG, then I'm going to take the long from this level right here up to maybe the highs to the left. So that's what we're looking for today's Asia session. We're looking for longs on gold. Daily time frame looks beautiful. It's collecting orders off the huge discount wick. Yeah, 100%, bro. We can hear your voice. Let's go, bro. How you guys all doing today? How are you guys all doing? How was your last week trading? Did anybody get a payout and you guys get funded? How was it? Give me a little breakdown. Marky, what's up, Flip? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Really good. Starting to get hungry. I'm gonna definitely eat something after the stream. Unlike you guys, I can't eat until I'm done with the stream, you know what I mean? It's dinner time. I'm funded, still can't get that payout though. I just got married. Hey, congratulations, Devin. March, so trying to get back into the groove. Account still sitting at 49,700. Oh, so you're just around break even. Is the day profit goal for 100K funded 200 or 250? On the instant funded, I believe it's 250. On the regular account, it's 200. You can always check the FAQs, so don't quote me for that. But it does say on the payout FAQs. So if you go to legacy funded futures, you go to the FAQs on the top right here. It'll take you to the section that has a bunch of drop down menus. Every single rule that is on the accounts will be included right here. So you go to payout information. You go to payout FAQ. $200 profit. That's winning a day. It's $200. All right, so you can see we're pushing up here. This 1 minute candle has no wick. Let's see if we do end up breaking above this IFEG, and we're going to take some longs from there. But do you guys see this rejection off of this 4 hour no wick? Beautiful. I think that's beautiful. All right, hopefully it takes out this wick right here. There you go. Boom. Took it out almost instantly. Actually, it didn't take it out. I'm tripping. But let's see if it runs up after taking this out. If it does get above this, we're going to take some longs. Can you trade on Legacy for us again? Bro, I always trade on Legacy. What are you talking about? I've never not traded on Legacy. Every single day that I show up on stream for Asia session, I trade on Legacy. I love the layout for her funded payouts. Pays out 14% every 14 days. Just need the 5 winning days. No instant payout, but love the scalability. Are we going for buys or selling? We're going for buys after we get confirmation. If we don't get confirmation, I'm not rushing into anything. Did you catch any trades earlier? No, I did not. It's the first trade of the week that I'm going to be taking. Ooh, I don't know what that sound was. My ringer's on though. But yeah, guys, that's the analysis right there. We just took out the no wick right there. We haven't been getting any new FVGs, which is a little concerning. We want to see the market create more gaps, more inefficiencies. That's just how we know that it's gonna move when we want it to. Because if we're getting moves like this, then we're gonna continue moving. If we start getting moves like this, then we're just consolidating. We actually can't determine when it's gonna leave this. So we need clear candles printed outside of this range. But you guys can see we took out the no wick on the 1 minute time frame. So if we start pushing up here, I'm liking the longs. If not, then you guys know what I'm aiming for, and I'm just gonna come in tomorrow, look for the same thing, see if we can get anything. How many points for SL? Well, let's get the trade first. DXY has no wick on 4 hour, looking good. Let me go take a look at DXY. If you guys don't know, DXY is going to be the dollar. So that's how the dollar is moving. It's a 3-month time frame outlook. Scaling down to the weekly. Let's see. Okay, we didn't close below this gap just yet, but if we do close below it this week, you guys know that it's just going to continue melting. Like if we get a nice bearish close this week on the dollar, it's going to continue melting all the way down below these lows. So that's what I'm looking for. No wick. Ooh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, that can be really, really good. As long as it continues breaking down, it goes for that no wick. So either way, we're definitely going to get a nice long trade here. We just need some confirmation. We need it to leave this consolidation. I don't like how it's consolidating right now. We're not going to take any trades until we close above this bearish FEG, okay guys? So if it doesn't get there probably within the next 15 minutes, then we're not going to trade. I don't recommend you to trade either, because that just like we're sitting inside of a range. Might not happen until later. Because don't forget, we have a new 4-hour candle. So whenever we don't get volume in a 4-hour candle, you just zoom out and you think about it. Why not? Usually Asia sessions, they move. So why would we possibly not get any volume? You think about it. And then you realize, like after you look at your date, it's Monday. Right? It's literally Monday. So don't forget, guys. Monday's range is known for consolidating a little bit. Is the elite the same criteria for instant funded? What do you mean, Adrian? What do you mean is the elite the same criteria for instant funded? If I shut down my computer and I have a trade on legacy, does it automatically close it? No, it does not. It does not. Your trade will not be closed unless you flatten all or it hits one of your bracket orders. For the daily goal. So let's take a look at it. If you're curious about that, go to legacyfundedfutures.com, scroll down let's go to elite. The profit target for elite is going to be 3,500. Instant funded does not have a profit target because it's instant funded, right? So you don't need to pass any evaluation. You just have to get a payout. So 7 winning days of 250 and you can withdraw. So there is no profit target. For the daily goal, oh yeah, if you're talking about the daily goal, then it's going to be 250, which is what it says right here. 250 instead of 200. Just makes it a little more difficult, but you do skip the eval stage. On elite accounts, it's 200. No, it's not back to back. It's just overall. Like once you hit 7 winning days, I did a whole breakdown on my last stream. So if you want to go check that out, I believe it's going to be Thursday's stream on the Legacy Funded YouTube channel. I literally wrote like, you win this day, you lose this day, you win this day, you lose this day. Like, when are you eligible? How much can you take a payout for? But it's not consecutive. It's just 7 winning days total. So you can win one here, win 3 in 1 week, win 3 in the next week, and then 1 after that, and you can get your payout. Okay, and the evaluation accounts are the same as well. Evaluation accounts, they have a profit target, so you have to pass the eval before you start making payouts. But on the actual eval funded, you only need 5 winning days to get a payout. So it's every 5 days, and it's $200 instead of $250. How's my YouTube audience doing? I enjoyed your video this weekend. Very inspirational. I appreciate that, Tony. If you guys don't already follow my YouTube channel, I post on there regularly, usually every single day. It's just been a little bit of a blur this week. Had a lot of stuff to do. Trades by Marky is what I go by on YouTube. Here's my channel. If you guys want to watch some videos on using platforms, I'm also currently working on a bootcamp, episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, and I'm going to continue making those bootcamp episodes. I was hoping to do that every single day. Like I said, I've just been a little more busy than usual. Then I have some psychology videos out, and then specific strategies like the one that I trade during Asia session. So if you guys haven't seen that, feel free to check out this one. This is why, like the narrative behind why I trade during Asia session at 7 p.m. So if you guys haven't seen this, it says service not available to get verified. Okay, perfect, because I just passed my evaluation on the 50K account, so I wanted to know how long I have to wait. Yeah, it's just 5 winning days. So as soon as you get that 5th winning day, you can go ahead and put your withdrawal request in. And we also do payout interviews. So if that's something you would be interested in, you can get a payout interview. Inspire everybody else. How you got there, what strategy you use, your story. It's always really interesting to know where everybody comes from and what got them into trading. Yeah, so take a look, guys. We're continuously printing no wick candles, and these are like magnets. So the market always tries to come back into those. So far what I'm seeing is we just continuously print one of these, and then we end up coming back and staying inside of this range. So until we start getting an expansion without a no wick candle, just like this one, and then we close above, then that's going to be the time that I'm looking for longs. Like I said, I'm going to wait for like 10 more minutes just because it is ranging. If the market was actually moving right now, I'd be completely willing to go in for some trades, but it's not. It's staying inside of a range. Either sells or buys is just not a good idea because you don't know when it's going to leave this range. You just genuinely don't. We need like a clear candle closure. We need it to show us that it's actually breaking down in a specific direction. Nobody knows. Mikey, I don't understand why you took that though, you know what I mean? It's not a good habit to try to take trades inside of a accumulation range. You got to wait out for the manipulation, and then the distribution is what you trade. Oh man. What'd you guys all eat today? Diamond excels. It tells me when to buy and sell. Oh wow. Wouldn't you want to know how to do it yourself though, Mikey? Again, like the robot, that's one thing that it wouldn't know is like, or like any AI, is like time of the week. Like other factors or like what's going on, news events, market conditions. I've tried a few out in the past and none of them were ever actually profitable in the long run because of those factors. Like you still have to manually know what moves the market. And that's why I never did that. Like why I never went and tried to find the easy way out. Because at the end of the day, I want to be responsible for every trade. I don't want to have something that like, look, if it starts being unprofitable for like 2 weeks, you just quit it. And then what are you left with? You're left with nothing. But if you take the time to learn it yourself, there is no such thing as like, oh, like now it just stops working all of a sudden because of a specific market condition. I have the same entry as your bot, just need to wait for confirmation. What's making you guys think that it wants to go down though? I would personally prefer longs just in general because of this no wick. And second of all, new 4-hour candle. The wick on top is very tiny. And because it is a 4-hour candle, it typically will go and create a larger wick on it. Especially the fact that we're bullish. Like I get a bearish candle if that prints, but not a little wick like this. All right, guys. So what you guys see right now on the chart is we finally got a bearish for rally gap, which is this is great because the last entire range right here, we did not have that. So if you guys kind of zoom out and think about it logically, now what we got is we got a buildup of the lows, and this is not a breakout. You know, we did not break out through this range. Instead, what happened is we took out this liquidity. We took out the lows, and now we're reversing. See how we're getting this expansion? So what we have to do, we can't just obviously take longs. What we have to do is we have to wait to make sure to confirm that this is the real move right now. And how do you do that? You take a look at any bearish confluences. So if we have bearish confluences, which would be this new gap that just formed right here. Let's go make this red. Make it visible. Oh, so I didn't actually do that correctly. So here is the gap, right? There's the gap. This is a bearish confluence. So if we want to catch the real reversal, like the real liquidity sweep, the real reversal, we have to wait for it to close above this bearish gap, and that will show us that we're starting to reverse. When we start to reverse, now we know, look at this trend line liquidity. We have so much built up stop losses here that we're not taking out. Because look, here's how it works. Whenever market goes above a previous high, like this, for example, there were sellers here with their stop losses above the high, right? And those sellers, they got taken out right here. They got taken out, and now the market's reversing. So new sellers entered the market, these ones got taken out. But if the market continues trending in a bearish direction like this, there's going to be sellers left right here, there's going to be sellers left right here, there's going to be sellers left right here, sellers right here, that just won't get taken out. And so there's so much stop losses whenever the move does happen. Whenever we get confirmation, market typically tends to try to take out the entire trend. So like, for example, a good spot to aim for would be like this right here. So if we were to take a trade from here, a good target before taking partials and expecting that it might reverse would be the high of this trend right here. Because previously right here, we did take out some highs, but this right here is all just trend line liquidity. So right here, when we're about to get some confirmation, I'm going to go in for a long position. My stop loss is going to go just below this wick, and we're going to go for longs with let's do 8 micros longs. Okay, guys. 8 micros on longs. We got 2 seconds. Boom. All right, we just closed above this gap. I'm going to go in for 8 micros. Let's do a trade bar. So open up trade bar, type in 8 micros. Put our stop loss at, let's do 50 ticks. Where is that? That's too far. Let's do 30 ticks. Perfect. 30 ticks. Take profit 100. Boom. All right. I am in with 8 micros on this trade. Take profit is going to be right here. And our stop loss is going to go below the wick of this 1 minute candle with the big wick. Because if it goes any lower than that, we have a no wick below that. If you guys remember, I was talking about this no wick. So we might potentially dig back down into that no wick. But we're looking for longs because we just created a bullish IFEG on the 1 minute time frame after taking out liquidity. So we were consolidating here. Then we went ahead and took out both of these lows right here. And now we're turning around. We're getting higher highs. And then on the 4-hour time frame, don't forget, we did a higher time frame analysis. We got this no wick. We took out this no wick today, and now we're getting longs. So we're expecting that at least the 4-hour candle creates a little bit of a bigger wick on the top. And this right here on the right side is that 4-hour candle. So you guys see, we're aiming for it to create a bigger wick and to hopefully take out this entire trend. So we want to see it take out this high right here. That would be the high of this little trend line liquidity. So we got a trend line liquidity high. It's the highest point right here of this trend line that kept creating lower lows and lower highs. Looking good so far. With 8 micros, we're floating about $100 right now. All right, let's give it time. Let's let it push up. Beautiful, beautiful little reversal from these lows. And we're not going to move our stop loss to break even until we like take out, for example, this gap again. If we tap back into it, we're going to go break even, because right now we have yet to tap into this IFEG. Most of the time, whenever we do close above, we do come back and tap into it. Now that we're tapping back into it, that's still fine. The position is still secure. So just leave our stop losses below this low. That should be just around the low of this IFVG. And we're going to keep longing. We're going to keep expecting this to go up and take out all this liquidity that was built up on this trend line. Can you show me your exact stop loss? Yeah, so it's on the 1 minute time frame. If you can just see this candle, just place it right below that candle. It makes it so much more high probability, like whenever we do have this like tiny wick that's nearby, because the market always does this. Like if you see that it has a little wick and there's some like liquidity built up, then it usually does go and take that out. It usually does create a bigger wick, even if it wants to go down later. So we're digging into this IFVG. Our stop loss should be safe because it is below the low right there. So as long as we don't like absolutely dig through this IFVG, which we shouldn't, we are still safe and secure in this position because it's this whole gap right here. Let's see. All right, that went ahead and actually did take me out right there. Minus 128 with 8 micros. Pretty good risk on that, and we didn't end up respecting it at all. So that was actually really unfortunate. Massive bearish candle, even after the IFVG form. Okay, let's see. It looks like we are not staying inside of it. We got a little bit of a push. We did not get confirmation, and we ended up catching the exact move when it created this fat candle. Like, that is very, very unlucky. It's very unlucky. Isn't that crazy, guys? That is actually super frustrating. Like, why right now? Who dropped some positions, guys? Mamba dropped a sell on gold real quick. That's it for me for today. I was aiming for longs. We just randomly cut through even though there was an IFVG. So market is staying still inside of that trend. It did look like we were finally going to break it, but we didn't. Looks like it's a sell. That boy Lightweight called it. Oh, you got a nice little setup going. Drake candle. Yeah, bro. That's crazy, though. Isn't that crazy, guys? It's like this whole entire range. We had these nice, tiny bearish candles, right? We had a slow movement. We enter the trade, and then it just drops on us like that. You know, it's funny because everybody always makes jokes about, like, market makers watching us, but something suspicious is going on here. Nah, don't overtrade today, guys. It's Asia session. I was telling you sell. Yeah, but at the same time, bro, it gave me confirmation for longs. It gave me what I was looking for longs. I only lost $128 with some good risk management. I'm not gonna trade again. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Again, it's Monday. Don't overtrade. Wait for it to leave this range. We created a new FVG right there. Maybe this one's going to be the real move. Stay tuned, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next Asia session.